David and housekeeping awesome Jess.
Welcome to another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. Let's do this, guys. Welcome. And we have our special guest, the man, Jessie Wray. How you doing, my friend?
Respect, man. Everything's good on this side, man. Glad to be on the show.
Yes, sir. We are excited. And again, as you guys know, we are sponsored by the Virtual Fight Tour. And coming up May 29th, I keep saying 28th, so 29th, we got our next Virtual Fight Tour. Tell us a little bit about, just the card, Jesse.
Next VXT. Yo, real quick, I was watching the intro. Was that Digman on the comments? With
Yeah.
the large kick and all that? No way. Whoa.
Yeah, man.
Big ups.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, that was really good, man.
It wasn't that long ago, but that was probably 5 years ago.
Okay.
It feels like 15 years ago.
Okay, Digman gets busy. All right, so yeah, man, VFT. This card is gonna be pretty exciting. We got some new talent, but skillful talent. It's gonna be very exciting, man. And we still have another fight to announce, also. So.
Dope!
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We got some cats making a second tour.
Okay.
On VFT. We got Brandon Ballou coming back.
Yep.
We got Brian making his first tour. We have Ramani making his second return. And then we got Jamal making his first tour. And we got Peyton making her second tour. She was in the draft before.
Right. That's right. She was in the team.
She was in the draft. And then Alexa is making her first appearance. So pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
We got some
really
VA, you know what I'm saying? VA in the building.
It kind of feels like this is like what people feel like, all right, if you get the call to be on VFT, it was like, all right, check.
I'm on it.
Yeah,
I got the call.
I'm on it, man. Most people are definitely interested. And if I hit them up, they like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. Most people.
So It's also Cinco de Mayo.
Oh, today is, yeah.
Go to Mayo.
Yeah, I don't know if we have any. Do we have any like sport karate moments with Cinco de Mayo? Has there ever been a tournament on May 5th? I have no idea.
I got nothing, man.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean,
I think Mexico. I think I remember some advertisement them using Cinco de Mayo, something in Mexico. I can't.
Yeah, there's been a couple of tournaments in May, but that are around the time. But I don't know. It's been a long time. So yep. Yeah, go Alexa.
All right, Jim.
What's up, Jim?
Well, yeah, I'll use this. Yeah, but you know what? Since it's Cinco de Mayo, I'll use this as time for my real one of the week. I changed my competitor of the week to real one of the week. So my real one of the week is Pablo Moreno. Fitting since it's Cinco de Mayo. Pablo, Pablo is so interesting and intriguing because if you kind of look at Pablo, you think like you shouldn't be any good, right? But he works his butt off.
He works his butt off, man.
So much. It was a time I fought Pablo twice. And the first time I fought him, I beat him pretty good. And the next time I fought him, it was kind of embarrassing because I was up like 5-1 or something like that. And I remember thinking I got this guy. And I lost that match 7-6.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm like, what in the world?
Those the ones that hurt.
This is not right. But you know what? He listens to his coaching. He had Ross Levine coaching him, and he will do what he's told. So
That is a
he's done the rounds. I think he hasn't he done some training with you, Jesse?
Not personally with me, but
Or maybe I was just thinking.
No, he
might
hit
have
me up.
done.
We were supposed to link up, but he came down to train with Jody a couple times. I've seen him there.
Yeah,
But
maybe I was thinking of did he ever do the TCK camp?
I think he did the camp.
That might have been what I was thinking.
When I was there, yeah, probably. Yep.
Yeah, I remember Pablo at his first Super Grands, and he posted a picture of it. And he was completely, not in the shape he is now, and just how he was very awkward to fight, and he's kind of just changed and just molded into this, really good fighter. And it's been great to see just his growth personally and physically, and just in the sport. So
yeah, the thing about Pablo is he makes sure he gets next to the people that he's supposed to.
Exactly.
He got with Ross, and I think even Ross went out there, and like it was more than just training. Like he bonded with him, and they formed like a good friendship. Thing. And he trusted in Ross, and Ross, did some wonders with him. Also, he was on him about consistency and taking care of yourself, not being part-time and things of that nature. And he got with Jody, and he got with the guys in Mexico as well. So he's definitely one of those fighters that worked his way and earned his way to where he's at now.
Right. Yeah, and he's become a leader down there with some of those guys. You know what I mean? Like they have a good group.
What is he doing? Like some political stuff right now, or?
I don't know. I always knew he had a very busy and high level job down there, but I didn't know exactly the details. But
yeah, I seen him online. It looks like he was organizing. I don't know if it's union or Mexican politics, but he's definitely leading the charge down there right now. So big ups to him.
Yep.
Well, the other thing I'll say about Pablo is if you can survive really having Ross around you for an extended period of time, Ross is brutally honest.
Yeah.
He's brutally honest.
He's from Brooklyn.
I gotta tell you, the biggest backhand compliments I've ever had have come from Ross Levine. Ross Levine, sometimes they're not even like backhanded. Sometimes they're just like backhand, right? Sometimes Ross will just look at me and he'll be like, Dan Dingman, you look fat. I'm like, what? Where the heck did this come from? You just walked by me and just decided to say that? He's like, yeah, I don't know. You look fat. And you walk away. And I'm like, well, you're a good friend. But he actually means it like in an endearing way. He's like, here, I'm going to help you. You look fat. All right. Thanks, I guess. Right? So if you can survive like a long extended period of time just being with Ross, like, yeah, you're going to do pretty well.
Yeah,
he's telling the truth,
Well, I mean, yeah.
Right. Oh man, but yeah, man. So again, happy Cinco de Mayo, and been good to talk a little bit and give some props to Pablo Moreno, and hope to see him out there again fighting soon. So
for sure,
we want to see more of these guys.
Hey Jeff, I got to get with you too, man, and we got to talk about this. The virtual forums draft.
Yeah, I know. I'm interested. I want to see how this is going to go.
Yeah. So, it's a lot of different ways to flip, and I think I heard there's a lot of things to cover, like far as ages and stuff like that. But we up for the challenge, and
that's right.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
I think it'll be great. I think people have been wanting to do it. And I know other people have been trying to do other things similar. I just did last month commentary for one in Canada that they did.
Oh, I've seen that with my man that has the podcast.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah, Kyle up there.
Yeah. Big for Kyle, man. Kyle's a cool dude.
He is, man. So it was a fun time. It was cool. And I know they're going to be doing something in June. Or he is before he goes off to college. But so yeah. I mean, I think. There's a need for it. There's a want for it. And the more I like the draft thing because it brings in strategy. It brings in just kind of wonder, right? Like what's going to happen, who's going to go against who, what are the matchups, what style. I mean, there's all kinds of ideas to do,
Yeah. excitement. Like, am I gonna get picked? Am I not?
Right.
You know, yeah, man. And
I think I have an idea. I don't want to put it out here right now, but I'll message you later.
Yeah.
About an idea on how to actually make it kind of cool. But yeah,
I got a lot of ideas, but I always, talk to you guys and get more ideas because you guys,
yes, sir.
You guys be dropping some signs.
Well, did you see? We kind of did a mock one. We kind of did a made up one on the spot. Last
week. It was bad.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
Well, yeah, you had a
pretty
good one.
squad.
I kept losing track on how many people I had, so I don't even know who all I had. But
I'm telling you, like the draft, the fighting draft. I mean, we got so much of just like a big response from that. People loved it, and just putting the forums draft out there, so many messages and comments.
Like,
people are loving this, man. So there's a market for it, and people want to be involved. So let's do it the right way.
So Jesse, we're at almost a year that VFTs kind of happened, right?
I can't even believe that.
I know, that's crazy. What's up, Kyle? Yeah, man, it's insane. It's big ups to you, man, for keeping it going. Some people haven't. A lot of us have ideas, and then we may do it once, but we don't do it again because it gets hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm most proud of that, the consistency.
Yeah.
And able to keep it going. Try to stay, in a place where I can keep it going and don't go over the top. And it's been working, man. It's
awesome.
Working. It's hard because a lot of people are over starting to get. Some people, I'm not gonna say a lot. Some people are getting over the virtual thing.
Yeah.
You get tired of seeing the forums and virtual tournaments and stuff like that. But this is more of a pay-per-view thing that's been here long before.
Right.
A lot of the virtual stuff. So it's kind of falling into that bracket as, like pay-per-view boxing and things of that nature. Of course, we're not that big, but.
Right. Hey, but it's something. It's something for our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something for them to aspire to and get excited about. Because again, I know Avery was talking about it on CTE. It's like he still loves tournaments. You know what I mean? Like there's something about being the best when you go to a tournament. Of course. But this is a cool way to keep your name out there, get hyped up, and train and focus on this one person, and maybe build some rivalries.
Build some rivalries. The guys are getting exposure, so like I'm just connected with a lot of people. So there may be somebody in England or Hungary that now gets to know your name and see you out there.
That's right.
More people watching than you think, and even if they don't get to log onto the show, they're paying attention.
Yeah.
So and then based on your performance, who knows what can happen? A coach out there may see you, may like you. You could get some sponsorship. Any doors could open.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I've seen that in the forums atmosphere. I've seen people who've gotten big on the virtual forums kind of tournaments and got picked up by big teams.
Oh, that's because of it.
So same thing from here. We've seen some that just wanted to get back into it or go into it. Even actually Angel, got picked up on a team during this time. So
from his performance on VFT, really.
Thank you. Thank you.
Exactly.
That was an awesome fight.
Angel went bonkers on the draft.
Yep.
And right after that, Angel got picked up.
Exactly. So
and other opportunities. Angel did Pro Point, so things, exposure.
Yeah, man.
A couple of my guys from here went over there and did some fights and got calls right away. Like, yo, they look good,
So I got a little bit of a hot take because of what VFT has done. I think it's possible that VFT might change tournaments. What I mean by that is, so the virtual fight tour works so much because having 3 rounds is like a no-brainer, because if it's 1 round, you have to be like this the whole time. You can't miss like 6 seconds. 6 seconds in a match, like that's a big chunk of time. the most amazing thing can happen. You might miss that if it's 3 rounds, but you have 3 full rounds. You can come back. You could step away for a second, grab something, come back, and be like, "Oh man, what's the score now?" Like any other sporting event. So, for a viewer standpoint, 3 rounds is perfect. But I think it also is helping us. I think people really like that. I think tournaments will eventually go to at least 2 rounds.
Yeah,
Like,
all
and all-
tournaments.
I think they would. Now, years ago,
I mean, Waco does, so.
I think the NASCAR circuit. I'm not speaking for the whole tournament circuit. I know on the NASCAR circuit, they're very
they'll be the last one to do it.
yeah, because it's number one, time.
Yep, focus on time. Yep.
A lot of promoters focus on time, and don't forget about the underbelts. We try to squeeze all that in on one day.
Yep.
Right, so we're doing all the underbelts. Then you got the black belts, and then we want to do a nighttime show. So it's all about time. How far?
So, Mike,
Time stretch. If you did 2 rounds, and then will you do that with the underbelts too? So it's something to think about.
So I had a conversation.
NBL did what? 2 rounds, right?
They did 2 rounds.
no, it was just one
Or was that
round,
just
but
the Super Grands?
the 30
Double eliminations.
Oh,
though.
double elimination was Super Grand.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
Super
only
Grand,
Super
double
Grand. Yep.
elimination. Yeah,
Yep.
but you still had that event where there was something extra
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
for the best of the best, or wild cards.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
maybe it goes just with that. But I do remember I had this conversation with Roy Baker years ago, probably like 6-7 years ago. And I said, Roy, you have so many people go to your event. Why do you think like it can't happen in America like that? Because he told me one time, and he told me just like, it'll never happen, Alex. All right? It'll never happen in America. Never. And I said, all right, tell me. And he goes, it's purely economics. Think about it. If somebody pays an extra $30 or $40 for an extra division, and it's for a form, and it's going to take like 45 seconds to 60 seconds, right? That's just pure economics. For the time, they pay $30 to $40. They get 60 seconds. They get that. For 2 extra rounds, we're talking an extra 2 to 3 minutes without any extra income.
Any extra income. Yeah.
Without any extra income. He says they'll never do it.
Yeah, I think it's that could be part of it, but I also think that it's just the culture is different. Like in Europe,
you're exactly right.
A lot of your favorite athletes in Europe are not getting sponsored.
Right.
By top 10. They may get free gear and free gloves, but they're paying their own ways.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
A lot of your favorite athletes, I'm gonna say that again.
Yeah.
You know, top fighters, they're paying their own way. They'll get a uniform, they'll get some gloves and things of that nature. Right? Then so they're not their mindset is different. Right? They're not I'm not gonna say it's spoiled, but they'll go out there and fight. Alex, you fought in the Irish Open. You know, when you go there, you're not getting no money for first place. You're not getting no money for grand. You're not getting no money. Only way you get money if you're the last person on the podium, which ends up being like 3 or 6 people if you add the girls.
Which for 10 years, for 10 years, it was one guy.
It's like one guy, and that's the final, the last winner. So let's say 3 people out the whole tournament is going to get something, some money. It's like $500 and some gloves, 500 euros, maybe 1,000.
Yeah,
it's the pair of gloves and the trophy. So everybody else, if you make the podium, which is only first, second, and third, it could be 2/3, you're getting a medal.
Yep.
So that's already a different standard. So here, everybody gets trophies, everybody gets medals. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to have good trophies.
Yep.
I would say the Irish Open spends on the total amount of trophies under $3,000.
Yeah.
I would say here in a big tournament, we're talking about over $10,000 in trophies and medals.
More.
It's
way
different.
more. Triple that.
So I think that the guys over here are more not divas, but they approach it more. Those guys over there are more. They just more want to fight and want to move up to the ranks and be the best person
It's
to
the
lead that
system.
day. There are some people here too.
Yeah.
Also like that, but the way our system is set up, like for anything,
not a
some
system.
people first question, well, how much are they paying? How much you gonna make?
Right.
How much?
Yeah.
What are they gonna do for me? Am I getting a hotel? Are you gonna do this and all of that?
Right.
You tell somebody, yo, come on, VFT, come pay your own way. You know, am I gonna get the top tier fighters? Like
No.
the top of the line? Probably not. Why? Because the way that the system is set up over here.
You can't take it away now.
You can't.
You can't take it away.
You can't take it away. But
no. But it's like the Wild West out here, really, is what it is. Because it really, we say the system is not really a system. It's just, let's see what I can get. You know what I mean? And that's what it is, because there's so many circuits, there's so many leagues. Everyone does things differently in their region, in their state, in their area. Everyone either wants to help their friends or so it's not really it's not like over there, you know what you're going to get. Everyone's pretty much, for the most part, is
the
equal.
standard is set.
Yeah, it's standard set. And there's a system. There's from the league, or even just the sport is set up in a way of, okay, you start here, you go here, you go here. Even their judging system, all of that, so it's all set with a standard, which is what we need to do, but we can't agree on that.
And then they basically have one league. So even like their small
that's what I was
tournaments,
going to talk about. Yeah,
even like their small tournaments, they may have like a local, but it's still Waco. You're still doing it the Waco way.
Right. But that's what I wonder. I wonder if, let's say, there's someone who's like, hey, I want to start a tournament. I wonder if there's just Waco's like, yeah, no. I don't know. I wonder
if it's local, and even if not, they're doing Waco rules. You know what I mean? Like, it's still somehow connected. You really don't hear another league or anything like that.
Right.
Unless you
all right, we got a good question right here from Mike.
And all that.
Yeah, Mike Bates has a good question. He says, do you think that the shutdown can revamp the system because we are essentially starting over? Yes and no.
I think that things are already kind of revamping. You see power struggles, you see fights, you see people don't want to be part of this no more. People want to be part of this no more. So I think that, I don't think that everybody will organize as one.
No.
I don't think that's going to happen. But I think that you can have a legit, clean product that more will flock to.
Well, yeah.
And
I think
we all need to organize.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, you know what I mean? I mean, if you think about it, like 20 years ago, when we had, 3 big, circuits in NASCA, MBL, and Crane was pretty big too. Mm-hmm. They weren't organized together, but people were doing all of those circuits, and there was a lot of events around them. There was enough.
You could do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's still going to happen. I just think now we're at a point where what's good about it is that the tournaments that have started this and started back are regional tournaments. So we are starting from the ground up again, which is what we need. We're going to see more regional events start instead of national ones, because nationals feel like they have too much at risk. You know what I mean? Too much to lose.
Again, like the national tournaments, the national. You know what? Some of them events you could say international, man. Like the Battle of Atlanta, they got people coming from Africa that's fighting. U.S. Open, you know how they do. Yeah. And the Paul Mitchell, the Hungary cats and stuff like that always come, and every now and then you get people from Germany and different places like that. So some of these tournaments are, got a little international undertones, but they've been around so long and so consistent that reputation, reputation is
right.
Is, like they don't have to be. I don't know if they know it, but they don't have to be part of any sanctioning body and still get numbers.
Exactly. And one of the things we were talking on I think it was one of the forums, Open Sport Karate or Open Tournaments, and they said, will the national tournaments get the numbers that they want, or the international tournaments. I think the question was, will the big tournaments get the numbers that they had, or even close to it, without the international people, right? Yes. And now it's been different. Like, we have a lot of people in these tournaments, but we do get more international than we ever were, right? But the thing is, those tournaments were just as big or even bigger years ago. Like, in Battle of Atlanta, used to not have anybody international. Maybe a team from Guatemala, and that was it. You know, and you know, same thing with even U.S. Open back in the day. You know, like all these tournaments, Bluegrass, they didn't really have any international people. You know, it was in the middle,
right?
You know, but it was a national.
You didn't miss the Bluegrass tournament. Nationals.
But it was a national tournament, so more people from America came. You know, and I think that's just as important. You know, the numbers don't lie. You know, so I think that's where we got to get back to, is that, you know.
That's it. The Battle of Atlanta, of course, was one of my favorite tournaments.
Same.
Because especially during the elite, man, I got a couple grands there overalls.
Yeah.
So that was like a hot spot for me, and I also enjoyed, like, it was always big. They always had like celebrities there.
Yep.
They always had, like, it was just a big show. You know, they bring cats from, like, I don't know what they were called, but almost like Circus Soleil type of.
Yeah, the Costells, Babatu and his family.
Right.
Yeah, they did. They were a circus family, and they did all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Charlie Chimpanzee.
Yep.
We did.
Shut the heck up.
Remember that, Jeff?
Yeah, man.
We were in the Georgia Dome. You know, where I got to say I fought in the Georgia Dome where the Falcons played. Like, this was good stuff.
It made it special. You know, like I around here, if I tell people, you know, I'm a martial artist, maybe 1 out of every 10 that talk to me ask me, "Oh, did you ever compete at the Battle of Atlanta?" And I'm like, and they don't even really know much about it. They've had a cousin that did it, or, "Hey, yeah, my cousin competed at the Battle of Atlanta and got 3rd place. Man, that was pretty good, huh?" I was like, "Yeah, that's great," you know, or whatever, you know. And so, like, people know of the Battle of Atlanta. I mean, especially, you know, I'm in Virginia, so it's still kind of south, you know. But this event was huge, and it's huge. A legacy. You know what I mean?
Right. And Kentucky was one of my favorites also.
Man,
Bluegrass. I went there from a kid, man. That was one of my favorite tournaments.
Yeah. When I was able to get, like, because as a junior, I mean, as an underbelt, I went every year from 90 until 94 was my first year as a black belt. And I got finalists or didn't even get in the top, you know. And then my first year of black belt, I get 2nd place. I'm like, what, you know, like, you know, and I made that big jump. And then the next year I won. And it was just, it was a huge deal. Like, to me, that was the biggest tournament to win.
I loved it. I got on stage, 14, 15-year-old.
Yeah.
For
that's right.
Short. And the tour, we fought for grand. I actually fought John Valera that year. Yes. He won short, I won tall. I beat him, and I got the grand. That was a huge thing for me. So the Bluegrass, oh, God. And they let you hit.
Yeah.
Bluegrass was the first tournament.
Kentucky is a whole different area.
Yeah, but Ken Eubanks was like, you guys can make contact.
Yep.
That was a great tournament.
Yeah, Bluegrass was great.
Then Ocean State with those, like,
17-foot trophies.
7 feet trophies.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about just fun times growing up. Yeah. Like, I remember the Las Vegas USA Nationals. They had the electric trophies. There were 8-foot electric trophies.
Yeah. Time out. What do you mean electric trophy?
Like, they light up.
They light up. And they had batteries on it, and it went all the way up. And you had all these people traveling from all the nation. They couldn't really take them apart very well.
So, like Stan Witz, right?
Yeah, Stan Witz. Yeah, because he had an NBL tournament and a NASCAR tournament, which is crazy, right? Yeah. He had an NBL tournament in the summer and a NASCAR tournament in the winter.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. In Vegas, too, and it was fun. A lot of fun.
Big things. So,
all right, I got a different question for you, Jess. It's not a VFP question. It's a next level question.
Yes.
I've said often, I think you're one of the best coaches, right, in sport karate. I said that often, okay?
Appreciate it. I heard you say that before. Thank you for the love.
It's truth. You're welcome. So, but you got a school, you got a team. You guys, when you go to events, right? Everybody knows where you're there. But I love those all red uniforms, by the way.
Yeah, me
But
too. Love that.
how do you decide which tournaments you go to?
Well, again, at this point, it's customer service. What at this point now, before we were just going into staying these people going here, we want to go there. Now it's customer service. I don't know if you've been following me, but I've been 1 year I did WKC, I did ISKA in Jamaica. We went to Waco,
Right.
and we did we did some NASCARs too. So more now we pick and choose, but it's customer service based. First of all, if I'm bringing a big group,
Yeah.
show me some love.
Yeah.
How are we gonna do this? Something. Let's do something because we bring in a big group. Second, if I good relations with the promoter. Some promoters I want to support. Some promoters I don't want to support. We just got to feel that customer service and feel that love. And third, of course, competitive. We want to go where it's going to be the most competitive tournament. We went to. I love Muhammad. Muhammad is a good dude.
Mm-hmm.
Compete nationals, and we went out there. Awesome customer service. Big up to him and his family.
Yeah.
But the tournament wasn't at the time that we went wasn't competitive enough to bring my guys out there all the way to the West Coast and spend all that money.
Right.
So it's just certain things that and the tournament is a phenomenal tournament as far as like in a whole.
Yeah, as a whole, it is. Yeah.
Underbelt numbers are ridiculous, but I think Tyson went and probably had like maybe one or two fights. You know what I mean? The black belts, James went and he probably had 2 fights. He didn't have to fight anybody, I think, or Jack or one of these guys. He didn't have to fight, and they were already in the grand.
Right.
He didn't have to fight.
Yeah.
So, as far as the black belt in that aspect, we look for the tournament to be competitive as well.
So
we want to pick the best people.
Yeah.
How do you handle that if like you have like a couple of people, if like Anthony says, "Yo, I want to go to this event," and you're like, "Yeah, well the team's not going." Like, how do you handle that?
Yeah, well, those guys is veterans. They're young veterans. They've been doing it for a while, and they travel without me. They do things they want to do. If there's something that they want to go to, I won't stop their dream. Maybe they're chasing points. Maybe they just want to go to. They feel like they need that to add that to their list.
Right.
I won't rob them of that because there's tournaments that we all have to check off our list. I got to get this. I want to win a watch or a Warrior Cup or whatever. So if that's something they want to do, I have no problem with them going to compete or wherever they want to go.
Well, and sometimes you've sent a couple of people or whatever, like we've talked before for like my event, hey, we have 3 people coming down, what can we do? I can't bring the whole group, but we got people that want to be here because we like your tournament and they want to fight, so
it's definitely tough because you can't make everybody's event.
Right.
There's events I wish I could make and support. It's not that I'm not supporting them. It's just that we can't make all events. And,
exactly.
As a promoter, you gotta understand that too, as well. That you can't make all events.
Right. Definitely.
Yep.
Is there like 2 or 3 tournaments that you're like, oh yeah, there's no question, we're not missing these tournaments?
Oh yeah, like we always hit Ocean State, man. Ocean State is a good. New York and Boston, we always had that type of rival thing. And that's the place where it goes down. Where it used to go down. It still goes down out for the younger generation. So Ocean State is definitely one of those. Also DC. DC is one that we not too far from us, and it's a big tournament, and we had some big wins there also. So yeah, those are like the main ones. Of course, when it was a thing, Twin Towers, right in our backyard. You
Yep.
know, we bringing out the troops and the cavalry.
I feel like you guys you have always had like, like you said, you love Battle of Atlanta, but I feel like you always were at Atlanta as well, and
Atlanta, I can't.
Kodak is down there now, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of your guys down in that area now, or several, but
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely.
and you
Atlanta,
even were with Pro Rank as well at one point too, so that was a.
Yeah.
Do you want to name a tournament where you're like, we will never go to this tournament again?
I ain't gonna put nobody out there like
All
that.
right. I was just wondering. That's why I worded it that way. Do you want it? All right, that's cool. So it exists, but we ain't gonna say it. All right, that's cool.
They know who they are, man.
That's right.
All right.
That's
even better.
There's certain promoters that just do the wrong thing, man. Ethically and physically, just the whole. Yeah, man. There's always promoters out there. Everybody knows promoter like that, and when you hear that name, run.
Yeah. All right, so Jesse, what else were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, I love the battle. The battle was almost getting like that.
Okay.
Almost getting like that, not because like towards the end of the
last regime.
The last regime,
yeah,
like political correct.
Yep.
The last regime, it got early, so I competed, right, and I won. I got a check, and my brother won. Andre, you guys remember Andre? God bless him, man. He passed away.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. He got a check and whatever. As soon as I landed off the plane, I went straight to the bank, deposited. My check went through. I told my brother, I told Andre, cash that check right over.
Yeah.
As soon as they held on to it for a couple of days, and we went and it boing.
Yep.
Bounced. So.
Yeah.
But, the powers that be made it right and paid everybody out. So
that's good. That's good. Yeah.
Larry always rubbed me the wrong way.
Larry Cunningham dug in his piggy bank and paid everybody that.
Wow, that's awesome.
I have heard of that.
Yeah.
Let them know and that the checks bounced. So that was like some interesting stuff right there.
All right. So what I want to ask you, Jesse, is. All right, now that there's more tournaments coming on, right?
Yep.
And we're getting, some tournaments are coming back on the schedule that they are going to happen this year or next year. How do you see VFT working with things getting back to what they were before VFT started?
Yeah, I think that I think it's just an add-on. I think VFT is going to continue to do what it does.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. I just gotta make sure the calendar. I gotta make sure I'm really like paying attention to people's dates and things of that. Keep in touch with people, and also we will be working with promoters. We already have a top NASCAR promoter this year. VFT, you will see VFT in a tournament.
All right, awesome.
You will see
VFT
at a tournament event. This is something I've been talked about before. Or whatever. Well,
that was one of my VFT questions I was going to have is what do you ever see yourself doing like, all right, we got 4 middleweights. We're going to run a tournament. VFT right there, right? On a card. Do you ever see yourself doing something like that?
Explain that a little deeper. You got 4 middleweights.
Well, let's say you got
and make it a 4-man tournament. Or,
you're just saying like at the show, like, right? Are you saying at the show?
No, on a VFT card.
Right, but where at? Like, the finals of a.
No, just wherever the venue is.
Take 4 middleweights and do a VFT 4-man tournament.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're
I was
completely
wondering,
off
like,
of
do you
what
ever
we
see
were talking
yourself
about.
doing
Alex.
anything like that?
That's why it's confusing. All right. You're completely off of what we were talking about. We're talking about working with tournaments, not having his own tournament.
Well, I know that.
Yeah. All right.
And
So
that's kind of why when I heard you
Okay.
say that, I had already had this question ready to go.
Skipping
all right.
the
Let's
line.
wait.
Wondering,
See. All
did
right.
you
Let's
see
go.
something like that, or do you want to do that at a tournament, or was this never a thought?
So this was my first idea was since I have King of New York, I was gonna do VFT at King of New York and have a VFT division.
Okay.
So whoever signs up for that, we'll bracket you up and you just fight VFT rules, 3 rounds, 1 point kick, body kick,
Mhm.
2 point kick, all of that stuff like that. And then the winner is the VFT winner. So that was one idea that I had to do at the King of New York, but I was like, I don't know about. But then another idea was to have just have a VFT judges and VFT rule set at a nighttime show and run a VFT card.
Yeah. And
You know?
have a crowd, but also do a pay-per-view, right?
Have a card, probably do a pay-per-view, but yeah, for the people that can't make it, you tune in pay-per-view and watch it. That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody there. If you're there already, just like any other finals, you can come and watch the show.
Yep.
It might be hard to dictate and control because if you got people in there, they can just.
Nah, I'm not charging nobody else. Like if you're at the tournament, you can use your same band to come watch the shows, just like a nighttime show or something.
No, you know what I'm saying? Like someone else might just stream it live.
Oh,
They
you're
might
talking
just-
about somebody put
Yeah.
their cameras up?
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or then, we'll put it out early and people want to get, pre-registration.
Right.
The only way you can watch the stream if you know somebody is there that day of. If you don't want to miss it, then you're gonna register for it early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's right. Hey, Kyle has a good one, and I think it would be cool too. It's like it would be cool if winning an overall at select tournaments also won a spot on a BFT card. You
Yes,
know?
Kyle,
Yeah.
get out my head, man.
Yeah,
We got that coming.
That's
We
what I
got
would
that
love to
coming.
see.
We got
Yeah.
that coming at the tournament that I'm speaking about. That's the direction we're going in.
Good. I like it. I
Direction
like
we're
it.
going in.
Is
Yeah,
there
that's
an
a good
area
one
of
as well.
Denver,
Is there an
Seattle,
area?
etc., that you would like to see a national tournament? See, Denver is interesting because Denver is in an area where there used to be a really big tournament,
Yeah.
and then Stephen Oliver just decided
No more
I
sports.
hate karate tournaments.
Yeah.
I didn't like Denver, man. When I was there, I tried to change my flight and hurry up and get home.
Yeah.
Is it because
sorry,
of Denver, or is it because of the tournament?
Maybe because I lost, man. Maybe I lost that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That used to be the second event, when I first.
But it was
Doing
nothing
that
out
stuff.
there at the time. Now we'll probably plan, try to go skiing, and depends
Right.
where it's at.
Yeah. There's a lot of
So-
stuff out there. I like Utah. I think Utah is a great place to have a tournament. Mike
Yeah.
Tobin said this is going to be his last one. He used to have a national tournament out there. It was a lot of fun. Well organized. He did some cool things. But the problem was every time he said that he was having a national tournament, he would have a smaller event. Then when he said he had a regional tournament, he would have his biggest tournament ever. So it was just the schools out there, when they heard nationally, oh, we're good. That's too much for us.
Right. So that goes back to people running from the big fighters and things of that nature.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is on the CTE that just happened, Avery was talking about how, there was an Amerikick, years ago, they were giving out $5,000
Right.
for the open
I was
weight,
there.
and there was only 10 people who entered the tournament.
I was there. So that's it's
Yeah.
not the money.
No, it's not.
Never-
You know what I mean?
never
It's
been
not
the money.
because just do the math, man. Your plane ticket, hotel, food, miscellaneous things. How much are you spending for a tournament? And if you win $500 or $1,000, subtract all your bills. You know what I mean? That's one thing. And then promoters. I remember even going to Kamite. They gave out $5K, I believe.
Yep. And still only
It's-
what 5 teams or something, 16.
Yeah, so you're gonna get the shooters. Raymond came out for that one. We came out, but it was just like it wasn't a big turnout.
No. No.
for the 5K.
No.
So we could. It's not the money.
No, it's not.
It's not the money.
Because if it's for the money, you're going to get 2 to 3 teams that are going to show up just for the money, but you won't get everybody else.
Exactly.
Right.
You're gonna get an Avery. You're gonna get you're gonna get all the top fighters that's gonna show up.
What was it? I think
Leroy Taylor, Jeff.
Huh? Yeah, I know.
Leroy Taylor. Leroy Taylor gave out $2,000, correct?
Yeah.
Male and female.
Yep.
$2,000. You only gonna get. You got Cam that's gonna come up. You got Anthony. The whole New York crew is like, yo, we going.
Yep, we're going. Yep.
You know, but these are top fighters. What about Katie? Katie just had to. Katie fought the girl from Faith.
Yeah, that's right.
It was just a couple of girls. Like,
yep, that was it.
$2,000. It's not the money. It's definitely not the money.
No, it's not. It's not. Who was it? Joe Greenhall did that as well one time. Remember when he did the team? Was it 3,000 and he actually did like tiers of like second cat. Yeah, because I remember, and that might have been. I still think it still only had 10 teams. You know, which sounds good, but compared to something,
like 2008.
Listen, Battle of Atlanta, 2 years ago, they had I think it was open weight or team. They had a bunch of people in there. They didn't. I don't even think they put the extra money in there.
No,
it was just the event. People wanted to come out and fight.
Right.
It was that type of atmosphere. Giving away money, you're only gonna attract maybe 1 or 2 top more fighters, and those are the bloodsuckers.
Right.
In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? They come in there for the money. Take that money, put it into your tournament, give out less prize money to the top. You got to be good prize money to bring the top fighters, but less.
But don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. And you can split it with the girls and the guys.
Yep.
And then do some more stuff for the kids, because that's where your money's coming from.
You do stuff for the kids, but you also put the money into the organization of the event. You know, making sure you have a good staff.
Make sure that the organization runs well.
You know, making sure it runs well. Making sure it's a little creative. It's a little different. You know, it's fun. So,
but I must say this as a promoter though. Sometimes you'll get a sponsor, right? And your sponsor wants his money to go to a specific thing.
Yes, I've had that.
Yeah, and it's like, I want this to go to the men's fighting.
Yep.
So that's what you got to do with it.
Right.
Now, what if they just give you enough for the men's?
They don't give you
the girls. And the girls, you wasn't expected to do
that much.
So now you look like an a-hole.
Exactly. That happened to me before, so I know.
You gotta match it, or you're gonna get thrown under the bus.
Right.
So that sponsorship actually costs you money.
Of course.
Right. And so I had that before, you know.
Instead of giving you the money and let you mix it and balance it out to all the different divisions with the ladies, with the men.
Exactly.
So that happens too.
Yeah, I had that with CJB. With they wanted to do the CJB.
So, Jesse, I
remember. You gave out.
I got this hot take, and I want to know what you think about it. So I've thought often that I think our sponsorships are backwards. I think we should be sponsoring kids, not adults.
I don't think so.
Well, I know we can't really change that as far as teams sponsoring certain things. Let
me tell you this. Number one, kids travel with their parents. That's a whole nother can of worms that you don't want to open. Number two is that for me, with my school, even with my son, Darren, all those guys that you know, I never got them rated and stuff like that. They just got rated maybe the last couple of years when they were like, 14, 15, because I didn't want these guys walking around with a big head talking about I'm number one in the country and I'm a brown belt and stuff like that. So, till they got their black belt and stuff like that, we didn't even do rated. We didn't even do rated. You want the kids to go through and pay their dues. Like the kids that call that message me and send in videos and stuff like that, they feel like they are they're actually trying out for like the Giants or the Jets or they feel real good about it. So you want to have these kids to have levels to step up. You don't want them to go straight into being spoiled, all right, and then get bored
Yeah.
and then leave. Okay, Johnny, you can't afford to make a whole season. Well, make a couple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let that hunger build up and go to the tournaments. Why? Because number one, there's more kid competitors than anything.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And again, I think that is just that. I think that would like ruin the whole game if we start.
Well,
Yeah.
what if
Well, I
it
mean,
was like this?
we used to, I mean, as much as Metro, Metro had a
That was
humongous
another level.
junior team, you know what I mean?
Let
And
me ask you one question, Jeff, before you forget. Finish. Name one Metro competitor that is still around.
exactly. No, that's what I was going to get to. That's what I mean. That's what I was going to say. Of those people that were still there, and that was everyone would be like, "Hey, this is a positive. They were doing this for these kids," but almost none of them stuck around.
Yo,
I mean, I
there was
really
kids
can't
on that
think.
team. They used to just come to wreck the hotel up.
Yep, exactly.
They
And-
were coming,
yeah.
playing around. Hector was ordering 100 Big
100
Macs,
pieces. Yep.
100 pizzas.
Yep.
The kids didn't even care if they won or lost their division. Some of
Right.
them.
I know some of them didn't. Yeah.
They
I mean, now
really
there
just
were some
wanted
that
fun.
were, but there was, and this is we want to get an episode about junior competitors as well. And I
Right.
think this kind of goes along with that. It was that many of those guys were hyped as the best juniors, and either when they went into the adults, they flopped, or some of them did really well, but it only lasted for a few years.
Yeah, one of the biggest hype was Diego Lopez, man.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
one of my brothers, man. He was one of the biggest hypes.
He was.
Hector Santiago did well. He transitioned with us. We had a good run.
He did well, but he didn't last too long. And again, most people move on to other things, but still.
They move on to other things. Jennifer Santiago, Bernadette. What happened to Bernadette?
She stopped before she even got to adults.
Oh my God!
Casey is the one that I still say, is still in it. Even though she's not competing right now.
Yeah.
But she'll compete tomorrow if she wanted. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She did her tour.
Yep.
She retired and stayed close to it.
Yep.
So, but yeah, and she has came out of retirement.
Yeah, I mean she's done it. Yeah, I mean
What about her brother? Her brother was another one.
Yep. He pretty much stopped before he got into adults. He did one adult tournament, I think.
Right.
So yeah, I mean the long term of it is it really the best?
No, because the kids are gonna get burnt out, man. Peter Lendez was out for a while. He comes and go. I think he got turned off, and he also moved.
Yeah.
But yes, man. I heard Travis and I'm also talking about the girls' prize money.
Yes.
And the guys' prize money.
Yeah.
Right. How do we get more girls? That's a big issue. We got to give them the same prize money. And that's why I say it's not about the money. You don't got to give $1,000. Just chop that 1,000, give 500 and 500.
Agreed.
A decent event, they're gonna come. But it does suck that you have one girl waiting for these two girls to fight.
Yep.
To fight one match and win.
Yeah.
All right, so let's ask ourselves some questions.
I don't think it's girls ducking other girls either.
What are the tournaments that do have big turnouts
overseas
for the women?
I've seen.
All right, so overseas.
Yep.
So why do we think that is?
Different culture.
Bingo.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. We just answered the question.
That
has nothing to do. The tournament can't change the culture, right? Because the tournament's not dictating the culture there. The culture it's already a fighting culture. This is just what we do. It's got to change that. So we can't change that really as like a country. We've got to change that just with a few select clubs as to how they do that. They start, really putting that into tournaments. People see that and go, all right, that's cool. I'm going to do that. That is possible. That stuff has happened.
I think promoters need to go door to door, go mailing lists,
Yep. Old
assign
school.
somebody, pick up the phone. Here's my list. Call all these schools and give them an incentive, give them a kickback, give
Yep.
them something, and get these schools back involved because there are schools with a lot of female competitors.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
it's not that
had a
females
lot of
aren't doing
females-
karate. You know, females are doing martial arts. Okay,
Yeah,
like
of
right
course.
now, I have more females in all my classes than I do males, really. And you know,
Right.
for a good, you know, and a lot of us have that. You know, so that's not it. I do think Mike Bates says 15, 17-year-old girls numbers are large. I agree. And even in the local tournaments, we have a lot of that, but we don't see any of them really transition over to adults. The other thing is too, we get that whole thing of they're all around competitors as juniors, and then when they get to adults, they pick one.
All right.
So
So
you're
I'm
going to
gonna,
get 50-50, right? Some that go reform, some that go. So you broke that in half of your whole group that moved up, half of that, you know. So that's another thing as well.
I'm going to touch on this a little bit. We'll do this more. I'll only do it a little bit. I'll do this more once we talk about our junior show. So it's also an economics thing. So if I'm a 14-year-old and I love to fight and that's all I want to do is fight, I can have maximum 2 divisions. I can fight. Now there's no continuous fighting, right? At some tournaments, right? So I mean, maybe I could find a couple guys to do some junior team fighting with. That's it. So sometimes they're just like, I travel to Ocean State, all right?
Yep.
So from here, so now I'm it's a plane ticket, hotel, food, everything, and I might get 2 matches, right?
Yep.
But why not just do this for him? I'm already there, right? I'm already there. Might as well give myself another chance to, perform and do martial arts. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good at forms. Why don't I do 2 of them? Now you're invested. Now you're doing so much of that. So you're already there. Economically, it makes sense. How much time are you really going to spend with the form? Yeah, I know I want to fight. That's what I want to do. But I'm already there. Might as well do my
check
form.
this out.
That's why.
I have 2 girls that was rolling with me before the pandemic.
Okay.
Right? They came with me to Chicago. They went. Where else did we go? We did a few tournaments where they actually got on a plane or we drove to. Right? Amerikick, Atlantic City, and where else did we go? They went to Pan Am's with me.
Okay.
All of those tournaments, they didn't have nobody to fight. I had to go find a girl.
Right.
Please, can you do an exhibition match with
Right.
my girl? We came all the way from New York. Just so, because she already got first place.
Right.
But just so she could say, I had a fight in Florida, in Miami. She didn't have nobody to fight.
It's crazy.
Nobody to fight. So what am I going to keep telling her parent?
Yep.
Oh, don't worry. Just keep paying their hotel. Get them a separate room. They ain't staying in a room with us.
Right.
Get them a separate room. And these are 2 girls, 2 sisters. Yeah. What am I going to keep doing with that? So we got to find a way to bring out these local competitors, bring out these girls so that these things like this don't happen.
And then what really the reality is, they really don't have that much tournament experience now.
They don't.
No.
They don't. So when they get their black belt, that's the Shark Tank.
Yep.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like it's time that they have even here in New York, they have fought each other.
Yep.
So when I have my tournament, I try to work hard on making sure I get some girls in their division.
Yeah.
That's my goal because that's the weak point.
So I wonder what clubs are deep with women.
Look at the Virtual Fight Tour. I've had several different girls on it. I had 2 girls come out from Leclerc School, which Leclerc has a great amount of students. Yeah. And they're hungry to fight. So they're out there. We just have to find a way to get them out and get them competing. And again, I think that's about calling up, going door to door, local promoters, and make them feel special and give them a kickback or whatever you got to do to get them out, get them competing. Get your.
Well, now wait a minute though, Jess. You're also the coach of the WKC national team.
Yeah, I was the last coach of the
Well,
last spring
yeah,
team.
I'm assuming, if it's still there, you're still a coach, right? So,
Out. That's
so,
up to Mr. Plowder, but yes, as far as I know, yes, sir.
so, who did you see? What clubs had the most women fighters there?
You know what? I really didn't know where everyone came from because the colors was
Yeah,
all
everyone had the
the same.
same. Yeah.
But just the
Yep.
people that I knew, I'll say that the Floyds out in South Carolina, they got a nice group. There's a lot of locals in Detroit, of course. Listen, it's out there, man.
Yeah, there is.
We
It's
just
out
gotta find a way to bring it into the mix. That's the key.
there. Right.
And that's for promoters to figure out. I'm working on it. And
Yeah.
when I get the formula, I'll share it with you. If I
There you
share it
go.
with everybody. No, I'll share it. I'll share it, man. But
I think it's the promoters. I think it's also school owners too. Figuring out what they can do to, just get their students to want more.
I think a lot of our guys they made their living off of sport karate.
Yep.
And then they walk away from it.
Yep.
Okay, so
I think you have to at some point get back involved because this is the thing that made a lot of people, made you want to open a school, made you want to teach people, helped you out with your brand, helped you get private. Like this is the thing. So and even with the forums, a lot of the guys go to do big things with the movies and stuff like that. I think you got to come back and give back, and sometimes giving back is just putting your students back in.
Yep.
I wouldn't know students that experience.
Right. Exactly.
I don't think this is changing, though. I don't think it's going to trend in that direction. Well, the reasons why I think so is because
a lot of janky promoters turn people
off. Yeah.
Turn people off. That happens a lot too.
Well, if you think about it, we have so many different things where they're reaching their success long before they ever get to adults. I mean, they're already winning grand championships as blue belts because they have underbelt grands, right? Now they might make black belt when they're 13, right? You might be old then.
But they don't have a lot of underbelt grands.
But now they've already reached the most success that they could reach, right? And they've done it for years and years. They've been on stage. Why? It's redundant for them after a while. Now they're just like, it's just the same old thing. There's nothing different in their mind. There's nothing
who I
different.
thought was going to be one of the next guys? You remember the kid, what's his name? Corey? I can't remember his last name. Tall kid.
Oh, what did he do? Was he
Caucasian kid? Corey. He was a fighter. He did everything.
Okay.
Oh man, I'll get his name for you.
Did he have like a Japanese form that he did or something?
I think he did do jab. I think
did he do weapons? Did he do the bow?
Yeah, I think he did bow. Yeah.
Oh, Lucas.
Yeah, Corey Lucas.
He was a good fighter too.
Yes.
He dominated the junior.
Straight up.
Yeah.
He was on straight up, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Corey Lucas.
One adult fight, and that was it.
Yep. Yeah.
How many guys that have done that?
Right.
A lot more teenage women.
Yeah.
A lot more.
Yeah. Kyle says their school has more junior black belt girls than junior black belt boys. Linda says maybe the local schools just don't want to go to the big events. I think there's a way to make that, you get them on a progress of going. That's why I think leagues got to do better at just building up to that. You know what I mean? Like getting them used to going to a big event at least once in that year.
I think we need to do this too. This is another thing. I think we need to be able, in NASCAR, wherever, we need to be able to do more than one division in fighting.
Yes.
All right. We're doing it forms.
Agreed.
If I'm a 40-year-old man, right? Let me pay for my 40-year-old division, but let me also pay for my 18 plus division.
Yeah, or 30
Right.
plus or
Right.
whatever.
If I'm an 18 plus or whatever, let me be able to do another division. How they gonna work that out, I don't know. But when we went to Canada was Tyson and Darren maybe fighting here.
Yep.
Then they're calling them for the other division. They're in sync.
Yep.
As soon as he fight, walked him right over.
Boom.
You got to start right away. I understand that you don't want to hold divisions up, but give them the option.
Yep.
Like, no, look, we'll hold it for you for like a minute if you're currently fighting. If not, then you got to shoot over and fight with it. I mean, that's more.
Yeah.
First of all, you'll be making more money as a promoter, even if your numbers are down.
Yep.
You're adding an extra division,
and your revenue's up.
Yeah.
I see more value in that.
Yeah, exactly.
I see more value in that. We went to Canada, and these guys got to fight. At the time, juniors, Darren, they got to fight with Cody and all these guys because we had additional divisions.
Right.
You got to look into that. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean that was one thing. People would come to my division my tournament and only fight and do 5 divisions. They would do continuous. They would do the open weight, or they would do their division. They would do, if they were an underbelt, they did their underbelt division. Then they could do the black belt weight division or whatever. We would let them, do that. So, and then they would do teams. So you're talking about 5. So there's lots of things that's more valuable to them to go to a tournament where they can get 5 than go to this big NASCAR tournament where they only get 1.
Right. And
that's one of the reasons why people love.
Do not hold the seniors hostage. If a senior wants to go down, let them go down, because you got some seniors that still can hang with the 30, with the 30, still hang with 18 or whatever. You can't go up, but you gotta let them go down.
Right. Yeah, I was trying to register. I was trying to register for Battle of Atlanta, and the system wouldn't let me go pick my Korean division.
Right
so
now,
I have to call them or whatever.
Ventex won't let it.
Yeah, it's
Ventex will only let you register for your.
It's not Ventex. I don't.
No, it's not Ventex. It's the other. It's
Mad Action.
Yes, Mad Action.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that I don't know.
They might have fixed it now, but I couldn't do it when it was a lot cheaper a couple months ago. So, I'm not going to go just to do. And again, why go there and be so sorry? This is the most money you can make is 300, when, I could go and also do 18 and try to go for 1,000, right?
Absolutely.
That makes no sense either.
Absolutely, you should not be denied that right.
No,
and it's not
feeling good that day. It's a good day.
Yep.
And you put on your best performance, and there's no bias judging. You got a shot because you're legit.
And the reasoning behind not wanting to let someone do that they'll tell you is, it takes up too much time.
No, it doesn't.
There are no divisions that are that packed.
No.
Right. There are none.
If we go back to the
juniors,
90s,
yes. Not for the adults. There are no divisions that are that packed.
It's not.
I haven't seen in a couple years a division in the States of 20 plus adults. I don't think I haven't seen one in a long time.
No.
Back in the day, you used to fight 5-6 fights and still be a finalist.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
it matters.
We could do better, man. They gotta open that gate, let the older fighters come down if they choose to, and then maybe have another division. Like if you're doing, I don't know, man. Let the light at least go up to middle if they choose to.
Right.
They want to do 2 divisions. Why not?
Even when tag team was a thing, mixed doubles was the thing for a while. There's lots of options, at one point, but we've kind of gotten rid of some and things like that. One of the cool things we did at NBL was the mixed team, which was the 35 plus, the 18 plus, and 18 plus female.
Yeah, that was.
They really enjoyed that. That was fun. There's things like that. I like the tags. Is it tag?
Tag team was
fun. Nobody could figure it out.
Tag team was fun. Go back and watch some Jotty and Raymond tag team fights and how creative they used to get with that. There was something up north called Tornado Tag.
Yeah.
Bailey's, I think Bailey's instructor, they came up with that. and that's with 3 people, and that was so exciting. I did it one tournament.
The Dumb Louds did this thing called four corner sparring, which I do it in my class because I watched it. And on each corner of the ring is a person, and they're fighting each other. And whoever gets the first point, the judges call, and whatever they see, it goes to that person. Then it goes. They have 2 minutes, and they're all fighting each other.
Yo, send me a link, man. I would like to check that out.
It's exciting. It's pretty cool. So yeah, we've done that in the school, but we always had a pole. We always had a pole, holding because we have an old building.
Yeah.
So that was where everything kind of happened, and people would get hurt big time. So
the beans, right?
Yeah, the beans.
Get knocked out.
Yeah, so you got to be careful doing it at school, but it's a fun way to change it up a little bit for them and sparring, is do something like that. But yeah, man. Yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
Yeah, man. So again, I would like to see that, bring in the at least 2 divisions, somehow, some way, let people get a little more bang for their buck.
Yeah.
And guys like Jeff, who still are shooters, they should be able to do whatever division they want to do. Period. Go home and spoiler alert, mess up somebody's day.
Yeah,
That's always fun.
That's right. Jesse, so what are we looking forward to? So we have 2 things already kind of in the works for VFT, right? We have our next one, May 29th. We have the junior draft that's going to be Bailey and Tyreek.
We got the junior draft.
Yep.
We got the forms draft.
And we don't have a date yet for that, for either one yet, right?
I gotta iron out all the kinks for that.
And then we also have Avery coming.
We got Beast Mode Avery coming to the VFT.
So it's exciting, man. So you're staying busy.
So I got an idea for that.
Got to, man. Got to.
I got an idea for that. So you're gonna have like a mixed double with Dumb Lao and KTOC. What if you did a similar thing with Avery and Morgan?
You already told me that, man. I'm you know me, Alex. I'm on it. I listen to you.
All right.
Yeah, I like it.
I would love to see that. That would be cool.
But we just gotta we gotta take our time and work out all of the legal stuff, and we gotta negotiate, make deals, and we want to have everybody on here.
Now, again, when we had talked before as well, we talked about building the stories, right? And certain people we've been trying to build up so we can have a big epic fight, right? With Tyson, and and we've also even talked about we've kind of been trying to do that with Yoksar, right? And who's gonna get up there? So is that still in the process? Is that still what you're trying to do, or did that kind of stop because you really like the draft?
No, we still want to tell stories. Well, what I'm learning is that you can't, like, a year is really a short amount of time, and trying to fit everything in.
Oh yeah, it is.
It's hard, and then certain deals certain deals don't go through with certain fighters. It's not as easy as everybody probably thinks it is. Just call this person.
Schedules don't work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Schedules, especially good fighters, and then some of the fighters also was fighting in the other league, things of that nature. So, I love the story thing, because the story is what makes it pop.
Yep.
It pops out, and it makes it more interesting to me. So we still are gonna stick on the story theme. I just got to figure out certain ways to tell different stories.
And maybe you need to do the Dana White thing, it'd be like, all right, whoever wins this fight gets to fight Yoksar, or whoever wins this fight he's in line to, at least tell him the story of that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
you know what? Exactly. So, this next VFT, it was going to be a major fight. More than one person that fell through, and that was going to be a storytelling, or it would have had you wondering, like, okay, so now this is where we going.
Yeah. Okay,
this is where we go. We gotta go here now.
Right.
But a couple injuries fell through for that.
Okay,
so put that on pause. We were gonna try to revisit that. But we got a lot of stories that we want to revisit.
Yeah.
We got people that have unfinished business.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know
I
what I'm
like
saying?
it. I like it.
Hey, is there anybody who has not done the VFT yet that's kind of unknown that you're like, you know what? I'm interested in this person to see if they ever come.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that again, I love giving people chances. Like look at Mike, the last Mike that fought Justin, Justice. That was like, ooh, you know what I mean? Those guys is always like ready and ready to go from the clerks. But I want to get some more people involved. I want to get some of the TCK guys involved.
Yeah.
Jack got some couple good girls. You got Nicholas, who fought Cam at Keith McKinley's tournament.
Right.
That I'm like, yeah, you know, Akin's son. He came off a terrible injury. And then of course, you know, you got guys on Team Proper and all over the country that's very intriguing. That I'm like, how would this person do against that person?
Right.
West Coast.
Yeah, and I love to see
I really
guys, you know. I love to see Laco's guys from Alchemy, man. Those guys
yeah.
from El Paso, they are great fighters, and they would do continuous. They probably do the grappling. They would do the point from remember Laco Team Alchemy. I think they did WKC last time. Yeah, they do Waco. They've done everything, kind of like what you were doing. They do the same thing. He takes a team everywhere. So
tell them to hit me up.
Yeah,
hit me up, and I do want to build on the grappling also because that's a big market for that. These guys are crazy; they love it.
Yeah,
they hit me up every day in my inboxes. Yo, you got to fight for me. You got to fight for me. So I think when we do that, that gives us because the BJJ guys were really excited about the point fighting.
Okay,
so I didn't think that they probably wouldn't look at it as serious sometimes, but they enjoyed it. Yeah. And the point fighters enjoyed the BJJ. So again, one of my goals was to cross mix all these spectators. Yeah. And kind of force them to watch the whole show.
Agreed.
And then we get a different fan base.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And that's why we had continuous.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. I think if you put more continuous fights on there, you're going to force people to want, well, how do we get to do this more? And they're going to be asking promoters, can you have continuous in it again? Can you bring back continuous? Okay, well, you weren't doing it before. Yeah, but there's a path for me to do now. You know, maybe if I win, because I think that was always the problem. There was nothing for people, especially in adult continuous. Well, I go out there and potentially hurt myself and then lose out, which I saw happen. Saw Jason do this several times at Capital Classics. Go there, do continuous because he was just awesome continuous fighter, get injured, and then lose overall because he wasn't.
Yeah, wasn't his full self.
Right, and so if there was something for you, you know.
We did Twin Towers when I was partners with Lee Ireland. We did continuous at Twin Towers, and I was always scared because continuous always turned into kickboxing.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
People were getting hurt and knocked out. So I think we did a good job making sure that guys understood these rules, and they Kevin and Jawan they did a great job exhibiting control and how the kick continuous is supposed to go. So we're gonna do more of that, and then I can't wait for the European borders to open.
Yes,
that's all I'm gonna say.
Yep, can't wait. That's gonna be great.
Say. When that open, because they ready.
All right, a couple of fun questions before we got to wrap it up. But all right, I don't know why Alex, you mentioned you loved his red uniforms. That's a throwback for me because we had those red uniforms.
Yes, sir.
With Elite, man, they were the best. So, what is your favorite uniform, sport karate uniform? What are some of your favorite ones you've seen from way back to now?
My favorite one was the black Elite. And not the regular black. We have like a little suede like type of feel to it.
Yeah.
You remember those, Jeff?
Yeah. So
it was this.
Everybody didn't get those.
No, it was just for team fighting.
Yeah.
So the people that were just doing team fighting, they got a black one when everyone else had the red. So and we would wear red for division and then black for teams.
That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, they were cool.
It had a nice fit. It wasn't too baggy.
Right.
Wasn't too skinny, and it had a nice stretch, like in the crouch area.
Yeah.
Those were amazing. I felt like I basically had nothing on when I was fighting with those.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
that was fun.
go
All right.
for the back. I used to like the one with the Mafia used to wear with the
cape.
with the flap,
The flap, yeah.
on the back.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah,
needs to bring that
was
back.
Ronald George, and Ryan have wore ones with capes for the past 5-6 years, man. They've been wearing those. They've been rocking them.
Oh, they were rocking them?
Yeah, they look pretty cool. You have to see. You can go on their page. I have a picture of them
I
with
think
them.
Century still sells them.
Yeah.
I like those. Those were cool.
So, all right, flip of that.
Hey, hold on one
yours?
sec, because this guy Drew has asked this question 2 or 3 times, and I think I kind of know what you're going to say. But he said, "Is the Form Trap going to have spots for seniors?"
Of course.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Of course.
Yo, everything we did, we include seniors.
Yep.
Now, seniors may be a big gap, but you definitely gonna have your shine, man. Come on.
All right.
Nobody gets left behind.
Well, what's your least? What's the uniform you hate the most? You're like, this uniform is trash. I'll never wear it again.
Uniform that we wore. We got joked on most, Jeff, with them candy cane.
Candy cane was yeah.
The candy cane, the red and white stripes.
But man, looking back at it, man, it was kind of cool.
It was pretty cool. That's what it was.
Yeah.
I actually liked those ones.
They got some uniforms that I don't like. Jerry Fontanez and them have some nice uniforms.
Totally rec suits, yeah.
The totally awesome before the
before rest.
The orange and whatever. But I think
the blue, yeah.
I think the pinstripes ones I wasn't a big fan of. Like looked like the Yankee type pinstripe.
Okay.
Uniform.
You didn't like those? Okay.
I think ASG came out with those.
See, it depends on who had them. Like, I like the ones that Laco's team. He has a new uniform every year, and he had ones, but they're like black and red, right? And so it's a little different than. But the way his did were cool. But some people, yeah, I know what you're saying. It kind of got overdone.
Pinstripe. They had. I think somebody had it with the green and white. I don't know if that was Revolution.
Yeah.
Green and black.
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
No.
Swing and a miss, buddy.
Yeah. Mine was I had to wear these once for like a local team. After CJB stopped, like I was just kind of going to tournaments a little bit here and there, and someone put me on a team, and they had yellow rec suit pants and black top, and I was just like, man, I don't want to wear this. And no, I don't want to wear this. So I would just put the black top on with regular gi pants. Be like, yeah, this is what I'm wearing for fighting.
I forgot my pants.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not doing this. But yeah.
Exactly.
Yo, we tried to do this. We tried to get this on the show tonight, but I knew there was an outside chance it wasn't going to work. It's Mother's Day weekend coming up.
Yep.
Jeff was going to try to get his mom on. I was going to try to get my mom on. Jeff's
maybe
mom,
we can do it next week. Who knows?
yeah, we might be. Yeah, maybe we will. Jeff's mom just had a knee replacement, so she is not feeling great.
Well, Miss Robin, I said hello. Feel better.
Yes.
Speedy recovery.
And my mom is technically challenged. She couldn't figure out the link.
But you spoke to her?
I was while we were on the show. I was like, "Wow, where you at?" So that was not happening. She was very.
You gotta send the cavalry over there, man. Get a plug.
I kind of wanted her to come on just so you guys can know, like, this is real, right? This is a real person. Like, I'm not making her up. Like, my brother. Quick little story. Maybe we should do that. It's like, all right, what's a quick little story about your mom? I'll give you one little quick one. My mom. When I first started karate, she didn't get it. She was like, why are we spending all this time and money on this? It's just another activity. She didn't get it, right? My dad was like, no, this is going to be that good, right? So, but once I made black belt, she was like, okay, you're it. I don't care what tournament you got to go to. I'm working all the time. I'll get you. I don't care, right? Local, of course, right? So my mom was loving that. However, my brother and I, we had this term for my mom. So my mom is from Sicily. Sometimes when she gets like really animated and angry, she loses her English, right?
Okay.
And she'll just do like really quirky things. So we call her Goofy Foreigner, right? Like, why uses some goofy foreigner? Like, she'll just feel the need. Still, I'm gonna be 40. She'll feel the need to call me and give me weather updates. I'm in another state, Mom. Right? I don't need this. And so she'll be like, Alex, tomorrow it's going to be really cold. You're going to need to wear your coat, your gloves, and she's searching for a word. She can't figure it out. Your ear warmer uppers. You did not just say this. You goofy foreigner. Right? So I'm calling Adam right away and telling him you said this. You know what I mean. But my mom has been around a lot. Some of you guys have seen her at tournaments. And you'd be like, wow, all right, yeah, she's interesting, all right?
You know, a fun fact for me, for my mother, is my mother probably seen me fight in the physical form maybe at 2 tournaments.
Really?
She don't like seeing her kids
You don't
fight.
like seeing it. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That's what it was? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So probably, yeah. And the 2 probably were local.
Wow. Wow. Well, yeah, I mean, most people, if you've known me for a long time, you probably know my mom. So she went everywhere with me.
Mama Jer.
Yeah, Mama Doss. She's done pretty much everything in sport karate that you can do. Be the head scorekeeper, help with tournaments, help put on tournaments, do awards, whatever. But a lot of people forgot too or didn't know that for me to get going into this, she started her own martial arts. She would set up a booth. You know, she was a vendor at tournaments. And so we were like the first one. It was called Robin's Nest. And we were the first ones to sell martial arts gifts, toys, and jewelry. Right. And so that was her thing. She wasn't trying to sell equipment or anything like that because everybody else did that. So she would have, like the chains that say Karate Mom, and she would have, the toys and all this stuff that they had. And then, next thing you know, after she's doing it for a while, Asian World starts selling toys and Century starts selling toys. So she really started that for tournaments. And, she would set up at Battle of Atlanta back in 92, 93, 94, 95.
Right.
She even did it a little bit when we had Team Elite, but she kind of stopped after that because once she became the manager of it, she said, all right, no more. This is what we're going to focus on to do. So that was something that she did. So, yeah, she's done a lot in the world.
Shout out to your mom, man. Shout out to everybody's mother out there.
Yes.
Happy
Mother's Day, guys.
If your mother is if you still have your mother, man, you only get one. So make sure you adore them. And happily, heavenly Mother's Day to anyone's mother who's lost their mom.
Yes,
exactly.
Definitely. Thank you, Jessie. Man, we had a great time hanging out, man, and talking.
We got to do this again.
Wait for the next one to be together.
I know. We can't go all day.
We got so many topics to talk about, man. So, yeah.
Yes.
This has been another episode of Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. I am Alex Dingman.
I'm Jeff Doss. See you guys next week. Thanks, Jeff.